A very beautiful Wednesday afternoon from wherever you are. This is Jalango TV, and the program on air is Bonga Najalas, a big conversation that most of you are waiting for. Today, when I posted that Amos and Josh are back, some people are asking from where? Where have they been? People have been following their journey. We're all happy that these guys are back together, about to drop hits and about to live the dream that they started long time ago. I think how many years since Tusker Project Fame?
That's 7 years.
Yeah, 7 years.
Yes. Yeah.
Should have been like 7 years.
7, 8 years, yes.
Yeah, 7 years ago, these guys lit up into fame, courtesy of Tusker Project Fame.
Yeah.
Nobody knew where these guys were from. When they came in, started dropping hit after hit. Then when the hits were not even enough, they went, disappeared, I don't know where. Now they are back. Somebody went and started doing his things. We really need to get at this story all the way so that we can understand if they still have the charisma to take up this industry with these new kids on the block, the new sounds that are coming in. Will they come back and be able to carry up the day the way they used to be? Karibuni sana.
Asante sana.
Josh, tuanze na Josh hapa. Now, anytime, this is Josh, okay? This is Amos. Both of them are sanitized. How you guys doing?
We're good, we're good. Nashukuru sana, thank you for this opportunity.
Man, I'm so honored because I was told that you guys said that, you know what, before a lot of things happen, at least I give you guys a chance to come to the biggest show right now.
Yes, sir.
To be able to start this journey one more time.
Thank you, sir.
Wow. Do you guys think you're ready to come back for this journey?
No, we've always been ready. Coming back was just the question of when.
When?
Yeah, and I think it's about that time. So yeah, look out for good stuff.
So are you guys still having the same old machismo, if that's the word, to be able to take over the
enthusiasm? Yeah, well, let's just say we dropped it. To be honest, we dropped it a little bit because the vision was kind of left kidogo, to lose focus. But now, since we got the dream back, and we've spent a lot of time in studio to make our studio, the whole of COVID, we've just been recording and recording and recording and recording. And so, yes, the energy is definitely as was, or even bigger, or even better. Tusemanga ni bigger and better.
Bigger and better.
And the bigger is the better. But yeah, but the vision is definitely clearer now and more energy. Yeah.
Wow. Don't you think that from the time you guys left Project Fame, you guys should have picked this journey immediately and ran with it, and this break has hurt you guys a big time?
It's true. I think one of the things we didn't know now, I think looking back in retrospect, there's a few moves you should have made when it was very, very hot at that time, because so many opportunities had opened themselves up. At that time, around that time, Mastercraft was around. Like so many things were happening that we had an opportunity to actually try to venture that path. So I think yes, so much we would have done so much by now. But the break, I can say it also hurt us, because you see, people usually follow you when you're doing something. So when you stop, they divert their energy. So by the time we come back, it's a question of, are we sure, are they going to be consistent? Is it going to be like the other guys who just come back and then we don't know what happens, and then there's a lag. So I think to some degree it did, but it was also good for us to prepare for what we're about to do in this second phase of Amos and Josh.
Wow. But then again, even before we go far, you see, everybody knows you guys being together. And that is Amos and Josh. But during the break, I saw you do your own stuff, and I saw you do your own stuff. What was the disagreement about?
I think it was a matter of perspective. At the time, I think I was in a place where I was recollecting my own journey and path, because there's a place where Amos and Josh we started, and there's a vision we had set it out, and because of the many influences in the industry, we had diverted from what exactly we were doing to other things, which I felt at some point they started being contradicting with the things I used to believe, and the things that I was trying to go after. So that kind of contention made us slow down, because now we were not able to put out content. There was a lot of disparity between between us and the producer, and there was so much happening at that time. So I figured, hey, I can't like do this. I can't do this the way it is right now. So mtanikubali to mini take a back seat.
Who dropped the bomb? You know what? There's no Amos and Josh. There's Josh and there's Amos. Nani aliamuka siku moja akasema nimeosha mkono?
We had a meeting. I remember that day.
You guys had a meeting to break up.
Yeah, we had a meeting. Tuko tunaishi Nyayo Estate then.
Must have been a toxic relationship.
It wasn't.
Where the babe calls you and tells you, sit here.
We need to talk.
I need, you see, I've figured out that you see,
it's not you.
It is not. So it was not who, it was who.
No, I called a meeting. And I remember what was really happening. Nakumbuka kuna mtu alituambianga statement, akatuambia you cannot be in between, because the Amos and Josh brand was people felt like it was very in between. The people didn't know whether we were gospel or secular and nini. Yet we just wanted to do music because we are church boys.
Which was a lie. I'll tell you how.
Yeah, you tell us. So now somebody told us, kuna mtu alituambia you have to choose one side. And I remember we were pumped with a lot of stuff. You guys have to have showbiz. You guys have to have what? Na mimi nilikuwa nimemeza hiyo story mbaya. Me was ready for showbiz. Mbaya. Kwa tafutia huyu jamaa ma showbiz zingine moto. Cause unajua yeye anapendwa, yeye ndio kuna ile sura.
Nyamadem. Wewe uko na sura otherwise.
Personal. Yangu ni yangu.
Otherwise.
Yes, otherwise. Mimi ndo huyo. So
Sunny. Unajua acceptance is the beginning of winning.
Of progress. Yes. So now tukatafutia ma scandal nini but Amos got to a place where he was not comfortable with that stuff. So and he's unapata, even when you're not comfortable with something, even your energy or how you give yourself to it kind of drops. So I called a meeting. I was like, you guys, do you really want to do this? So guys are like, me, I'm not in it 100%. So we agreed amicably. You're like, you know what, ni sawa. If we ever come back to do work together again, ni sawa. But for now, tuseme tumefunga hii kitu. Yeah. So tukaifunga tu fiti.
Wow. Now, let's start this whole story from where it begins.
Yes, sir.
It is back in 2000 and was it 2012 when you guys got into Project Faith?
2013, 2014.
2013, 2014.
Yeah.
So you guys had been working together from the beginning, or how did you guys group together to show up at this single auditions, but you showed up as a group?
Yeah. So actually that was the idea of our bishop, because at that time I wanted to come and do my single act there. Josh, I think, also wanted to come, and at that time I think it was the only season that auditioned groups. So we figured, since we are from the same environment and we've been singing together in church for a while, sasa mnasongi tu better pamoja, si mwende tu as a group, since the auditioning group, and then see how far you guys can go. So Bishop, like, he was actually the foundation and the idea.
Your bishop.
St. Josh, yes. So we came together, and then for like 3 months, even before the first audition, we were doing exercises. We were actually practicing how to sing. We were doing a few songs here and there that they were going to present. We were doing physicals, some debriefing psychologically, and some pastoral work, so that you can actually be prepared for the world we are actually getting into. So it was actually very, very thorough, so that by the time we were doing the first audition, we were ready to win from day one. Yeah. So that's how.
So this is the same church that kept on voting for you guys and kept you in the house throughout.
Way. Oh yeah.
Which church was this?
Life
Chapel.
Life Pool Chapel.
Yeah.
Yes,
They are really mobilizing. Hadi walikuwa nabai watu credo.
Yeah.
Wanaambia our sons.
Yeah, sons
Before the last prayer.
Yes.
I want to repeat it.
Tulikuwa tunaombewa.
That I want us to take this opportunity. Everybody remove your phone.
Yeah.
So the church actually kept you in,
Yes.
even when you guys were being thrown into the probations and all.
Yes.
It's a church that kept on saving you guys.
Yeah.
Do you think your talent was also saving you?
Personally, I don't even think so, because there were more talented people.
There were talented
Yeah,
people.
There were crazy talented people, but our church went crazy. I don't know, kumbuka, there's a day before we performed, I was looking at the crowd, naona banners za Amos and Josh. I'm like, what is going on? Iliniguza mahali. Because it's like, I've never seen this kind of love. Unajua? Even our passy would even come for the meet and greet. Zenye zilikuwa zinahappen the now 64. Unaangalia huko nyuma unaona passy.
Pasi yako
on a
hapa.
bishop. Amos and
So,
Josh.
so let me ask you, is it that you guys grieve in church? You guys grieve up in church?
Yeah.
This is a church that
Yeah, we are
molded
church
you.
boys.
You're church boys.
Yeah, we are church boys.
Sanitize. You don't, hey, if you're church boys, then I'm the bishop. Yeah.
We share the same bishop. So
I'm telling you. Hey. So, which is this one song that you guys sang during that competition that made you guys feel that, you know what, this is it and we got this?
Deadly.
Deadly.
Deadly was the song. Even I think we knew it in the rehearsal. When we were given the song at first, we were like, what are these guys trying to do to us? Because we had figured, and everybody was giving us the nini, like, you know, everybody who's given a nameless song like that, like
They
that
leave
thing
the
is cast
competition,
banner.
yeah.
Like anybody who does that thing, they can't hack it. It always ends up badly. So like we had Mosioka, who was like, he was crazy genius. So he figured, let me do this thing differently. So he said, you guys are going to sing this song, but I'm going to take this track from, I don't know, Ilkwani, Linkin Park or somebody. And then you guys will sing over this track. So he'll arrange it in a way that we'll sing over that track. And then we did the first rehearsal of that song. And the way it came out in the house, people really,
it was dead.
okay, this is something. We have something.
Can you
that-
even
we
remember
have
the
something
words
here.
today?
Oh yeah.
Can you?
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
can we
was-
try?
it
Can we
was such
try?
a
Can we
moment.
try?
Ilikuwa natafuta msichana atani excita kama yule msichana mwenye mini taita.
Yeah.
I was looking at you cause you were looking at me. Yeah.
Macho yako yanameta kama
Na umbo
lako lanifanya ulala.
cause
If you like me and what you see, I can organize some privacy.
Yeah. Cause you are deadly, shapeless, sexy, especially when you move around to the sound you come around eventually. Deadly, shapeless, sexy, especially when you move around to the sound you come around eventually.
Hey!
Yeah.
Ilikuwa fire.
Kuna kitu Amos alifanyanga hapo.
But then again, at this time you're church boys.
Yes.
And you're singing about miniskirts.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And how is the church taking it at this time? Oh, they're saying, oh,
The
Rabba
church is
Shabba
loving
Dabba.
it.
Whatever is happening to our sons, Jesus, come through for them. We know these people are starting to choose songs that will take our sons away.
You see, first of all, we came to the we had an understanding that this was a singing competition. And you guys are singers, and this is the platform that has been created for this. So you guys go and win. It's a singing competition.
But then when you auditioned, you
Yeah.
auditioned with a gospel song.
No.
Uh-huh.
No. We
You
did,
auditioned?
we did a few songs.
We did Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars, yeah.
By you clap.
Um,
This your no. Let me ask you. You guys have been rehearsing in the pastor's house.
Not in the pastor's house, in church.
In rehearsing at
You are
the
rehearsing
altar.
in church,
Then
yes.
you show up with Bruno Mars.
Yes. And Neo. So
Neo.
sad of love songs.
So
Eh?
sick of love songs.
I'm so sick.
Yeah.
Hey, ilikuwa mbaya.
Hizo mbili ndo zilitupitisha audition.
What?
Zilikuwa moto mbaya.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, by the way.
Injili ya Bwana siku moja
interview
itasimama.
Should interview.
Naomba siku moja Injili ya Bwana isimame wima.
But you know, we were so much of church boys, we didn't even know songs. Kama nakumbuka tukiwa TPF, you were told you need to do Oleku by Ice Prince. You're like, is Ice Prince the song or Oleku is the person? You don't know who's who. Because these are songs we've never heard.
So you guys did Oleku.
Yeah.
Oleku.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Na 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 na. Bo 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 bo. Hey, yo.
I know if we do.
Yeah.
So you guys
Morning.
so you guys even went and introduced you were singing I Prince by Oleku.
We didn't know who's who.
Or Oleku by
We didn't know who's who. But you know, one of the things that had to happen in a thorough way was to prepare us mentally and internally to spiritually. Because here's the thing, there is no Christian bank. Ama there's no Christian TV station.
Sayari
Ama unaweza sema, but still the level of excellence, the level of professionalism demanded is the same. It's your output that matters, that will keep you there. So for us, the platform was ready. It was the biggest platform in Kenya then. And it gave us an opportunity to be stars, to shine.
Wow.
So that eventually you can be able to now give a message of love and hope and all that stuff. And that's what we went out doing now after TPF. Because our songs have been done on for weddings and all that stuff. We have a Badai which has been played, maybe overplayed.
Anytime somebody dies,
you know,
when somebody passes on,
exactly, things,
it's Badai being sung.
Music that give hope.
How many views does that song has?
Now it's close to 4 million now.
I think so.
That's the number of people who passed on.
You're counting views as
Because no, because you guys made a song that bro, do you know any other time somebody passes on or there's a tragic thing, we actually see you guys, man. That's what when we appear. That's why it is so hard for us to forget you guys. Sisi tunasikiaga tu tutaonana. Guys, can you sing? Can you sing the one song that everybody knows you guys with?
Was it from Safiri Salam? Safiri Salama, msalimu Maulana, tutaonana baadaye. Safiri Salama, msalimu Maulana, tutaonana baadaye. Ndio tutaonana baadaye. Tutaonana baadaye. Nakam mpendwa tabasamu, tutaonana baadaye. Nakam mpendwa tabasamu, tutaonana baadaye. Kumbe unagonga bass.
Unaipata kwa mbali. Unajua natupatia ya umama ile soprano. Unaleta tena, alafu mimi nakupatia bass. Mpendwa tabasamu. Nitawa.
You know, these are the things that brought us problems. Because nakumbuka we were being told if you guys keep singing slow songs or sad songs, you won't get gigs. So those are some of the things that made us rush into doing maybe alternative kind of music. And I remember DJ Styles once told us, tukiwa pale kwa the late Bruce, Styles told us, what if you guys are meant to just sing such kind of songs that give people hope? What if you guys are meant to do that? And it was a very confusing time, because remember, sisi in church boys, the only place you've known how to sing is on the altar, sindio? Sasa umeingia kwa industry, there are so many demands.
Mwezi wetu pale, hakuna Mungu kama wewe Yawe. Hakuna Mungu kama wewe Yawe. Alafu munaingia industry sasa tunaambia moto mkona ngoma inaitwa moto.
Fire.
Moto. Sasa mmetoka kwa hakuna Mungu tena, you guys were confused.
Actually makosa yetu ilikuwa kutoka, especially me, kutoka kwa hiyo hakuna Mungu kama wewe, because that was our center. I came to realize that was actually our grounding. Ingine ni it's like a fish net. Sindio, go fish, bring them in. Alafu uingize kwa hiyo place yako ya hakuna Mungu.
So you guys wanted to go
fish. It was
a
strategy.
You guys wanted to go fish, then bring them back to.
Sasa blanda yenye mimi personally nilifanya, niliingia pale kwa neti sana.
Ukaingia sana. Mama wakakumaliza.
Nilienda too much.
Mama walimaliza ukijana sisi.
Nilitoka mbio nikarudi kanisa mbio.
Sherehe ulianza kupiga. Na umeambiwa pombe siasa na wanawake.
Nilichoma. But then talk moja tulikuwa nayo, unakumbuka? One of our elders agotuambia, kitu itawamaliza
ni pombe.
Ni drugs.
Na ilikamaliza. Lakini naona umerudi paka earrings zako ni msalaba. You are not doing bad. So bro, let me ask you. So you guys live and there's this too much confusion, and then there's too much demands, then there's a lot happening. then you guys meet the genius himself,
Yes. The legend.
the late Bruce Odhiambo.
Yeah. Papa Bruce.
You know, Bruce called me one day at Mamoliech. Then he sampled for me 5 of your songs. I told him that, bro, this is crazy, but are these guys even ready to what is about to happen to them?
Yeah.
Because at that time you guys were working on the Moto Moto album.
The Contrast album.
The Contrast. Because it was previously on the Contrast.
Yeah.
Previously on the Contrast.
Yeah. Well,
Did Bruce's death affect you guys?
Oh, badly. Badly. Actually, that was the biggest blow. That was one of the things that caused us to go for the hiatus, actually. Because after that, we were disoriented because we had a plan. You see, with Bruce, we had a plan. We knew how we were approaching the industry, what we were doing next, where we are going. We had already figured out that whole thing. It was already planned out. We knew for the next 5 years, this is the journey. These are the things we're going to do. So when Bruce just left, then that key now, we were just thrown into Akim. We didn't even know, because now we had to now think again from here. Where do we
What
go?
next, yeah.
Yeah, what do we go? Where do we go as Amos and Josh? What do we do? Like, what's the plan now from here?
Wow.
We would have actually gone through with the plan, but I think that loss was so unexpected and too much. We just figured, well, let's just take a break.
Wow.
Yeah. But the
Because
album
with
was
Bruce, you guys, the Contrast, you guys had done how many songs?
hey, the album had.
Because I know Moto Moto,
Yeah.
I know the one with
Had
Ben
close to
Paul.
20 songs, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
We had Ben Paul. We had a collab with Keno Maria. That was
Wow.
interesting.
Yeah.
We had a collab with Mohamed Amin. Safari Sound, basically.
Safari Sound.
Yeah.
Yes, we had Cancel.
The Cancel.
695. Yes, which was just released badly.
Yeah.
Because at that death period, we just threw
Things
things
went-
out
yeah.
there. Yeah, so it really messed us up. It messed us up big time.
Wow. Rest in peace. Papa Bruce.
Yeah.
Always my friend, my mentor,
Yeah.
and everything. This is one guy you'd call anytime,
Yeah.
and he'd show up driving his
Yeah.
BMW,
Yeah.
And
7
and
Series.
and the crown.
The
The crown.
Black
Yeah.
crown.
and he will tell you, Jalas, listen.
It's a Bruce thing. You won't
What?
understand.
You won't understand it.
It's not that serious.
It's never that serious. It was such a good friend to the
Yeah.
president. Remember
Yeah.
when we went for burial, Hechi himself drove
Yeah.
all the way mpaka kwa uko ndani home. Uko, you know, most of the time Hechi just attends
Yeah.
the service.
Yeah.
But this time he said uko, and he came and stood next to the grave.
Yeah, that was very special.
That was really, really special.
Yeah.
Rest in peace,
Yeah,
Bruce.
yeah.
Your work is still out there.
Yeah.
We're still loving it. We're still enjoying it, and all.
The Prime Minister also was there.
Yeah, and that was the beginning of Handshake. If you saw it come back, you remember they were standing next to each other
Yeah,
throughout.
yeah,
Eh?
actually, it was a very
It
interesting.
was very interesting,
Yeah.
and guys were looking at them. Hey, is this Raila and Uhuru
Yeah,
together
they didn't
in Kisumu? But it's okay. That is story for another day. So all this happens, and you guys decide, you know what? I'm not Amos anymore. I am Manu.
No, that is me. That's Josh.
No, I'm not Josh anymore. I am Manu. And what were you calling yourself during the break?
Legend Amos.
A legend.
So that- I always told myself
Lakini
that.
ya vijana. Why do you change what is already working?
Sanitize.
Why do you change what is working? Why do you change what is working? So you decide you're legend, Amos.
Yeah.
You're legend for what? You are Manu for what? What's wrong with you guys? This thing was working. You see, I used to work with Otoyo for the longest time. So it was Otos and Jalas. It's Otoyo and I'm still Jalas. You understand?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, this guy has just changed and is Manu. Who is Manu? I'm looking at your page, I'm seeing Legend Amos. You know, I unfollowed both of you because I couldn't understand what you guys. Did you realize I unfollowed you guys? Anyway, I'll follow you next week.
It's okay.
What was going on at that time? What was your game plan?
To be honest, I didn't have any game plan. My game plan was to go back to church and just find myself. It was not even about the music journey. It was about my life and what God wanted me to do with my life.
Mhm.
And at that time, I think I just needed to figure that one out first before niingize hizi vitu zingine more.
That's the time you went and got married and did all those things.
I didn't get married.
Oh, you didn't get married?
I think Josh can tell you more about marriage because I think he has more experience in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are still single to date?
Yeah, I'm not married.
Hey, women, you see why you are not married, because young men have refused to take responsibilities and just decide I can be a husband.
Can be legend Amos.
All they want is fanyowe. Sisi wazee unaona kipara imeanza kuingia, tumekubali. What was your game plan when you guys broke up?
I think it was a process of just God drawing us back, drawing me back personally. Because I remember when I came up with the name Manuel, it was so deep in my head, in my own head. Maybe to other people it's not, but to myself it was very deep. Because to me it meant I want to uphold humanity more than myself. That's why I used to write the I as a small I, but it's coined from my name. So it had a very deep meaning to me. And so when I did the first song, I did the first song called Ordinary Folk. It was about not judging people. You know, you can't just judge a book by the cover. You need to look inside and get to understand who you're interacting with. So it was just a process of just being drawn back. Eventually I had to go back to church. I had to go back to church. I had to go back to serving. I had to go back home where this whole dream started. And that's when we started dreaming again.
Of coming back?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
It started when we went back home.
I've seen you guys who started putting out some content there. Also, because we share the same bishop, Pastor Dendo.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Willie? We go to the same church now.
Yeah.
Oh, for you, those of you who think that I don't go to church, I have a bishop who actually prays for me. Who actually, all these blessings you see, is not a tea. I just wake up.
That is what church is about.
No, but
church
you
is
guys
about, church is about us people, maybe who are unchurched, who don't look like. Church is supposed to be a hospital. It's supposed to be for everybody.
If church is a hospital, you are in the ICU.
It's true. You're not very wrong. But need to go for resuscitation.
Yes, and that is something I always tell so many guys out there. Nobody is perfect here. All we have to do is to always find spaces where we've faltered, where we've gone wrong, and reconstruct and rebuild and be the man, be the lady, be the woman that you've always wanted to be. The worst thing is always to fall down and never find a way to recollect yourself. Now that's the worst part to ever be in. You get, that is the worst part to ever be in. Now when you guys in church, I see you guys singing. I see Willie praying there. You are in the choir.
Yes, I'm one of the worship leaders, part of the Father's Band. It's called the Father's Band.
Father's Band.
Yeah.
All right. You are in the band.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are in there.
I'm the worship pastor.
You are the watch. You are a pastor now.
Yeah.
You are a pastor now.
Yes.
People have not attended church. I didn't know this part. So you are one of the pastors now.
Yeah, I'm the worship pastor.
Worship pastor. So you guys are coming back.
Yes.
Because you guys have found your space again back while in church.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're coming back as Amos
and Josh. Yes.
Singing gospel music.
No. Well, yes. No, because the gospel music is part of what we sing. You see, people have
You see.
I'm trying to explain it.
Okay, now, let me get this. Let me try and get this. So,
Okay.
you guys, Amos and Josh. At one point, you realized that we guys were getting into so much deep into this showbiz, and we were losing up where the foundation of all this began. We guys were born bred in church. The church made us who we are today. Our survival at TPF actually at one point depended on if the church would stand with us or not. Right? Up to there, have I lied?
You're very correct.
So there's a point things happen and you guys separated ways. And then you guys found your footings again back into the church and said, you know what, we can do this again. You are the worship pastor and you are the praise and worship leader, singing for the Almighty Father.
Yes, sir.
Then you're coming back together and I'm asking you, are you coming singing gospel? And you say what?
No.
Sanitize. Hey.
But
what are you guys coming to do?
Who is best to sing the message of love if not people who have experienced love?
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Like, God is love. Who is best? Because let's say, for example, if I have a wedding today, or if I have a birthday, that has to matter birthday. If I have a birthday today or a wedding, I will not play Don Moen. That is true. I'll play Harmonize. Happy birthday to you. Sindio?
Yes, that's true.
It's true. So, who is best to sing this kind of message, if not people who are actually living within it?
Okay.
Because here's the thing. The mistake we made, we thought, we forgot who made us. We went to be made by the industry. But we were made by a family, which is church.
Wow.
Our music was for the family. Well, because of our rooting, because of our makeup inside, that's how we could be able to write those kind of songs. Smile, Badai, Nerea, songs that impact people positively. Music that I can play with my mother being there, my father being there. Actually, tulisema tukirudi, one of the texts I received was from my mom. And she was like, this is the best thing, this is the best message I've had in 2021. Because like, you're doing the right thing. You guys
So you guys are coming back to sing what?
Okay. As Josh was trying to describe.
And people are saying you are being too soft for a single man.
I should be rough like you.
I know. No, louder enough.
I should be loud.
Loud.
Okay. I think there is no definition that God has placed on himself except love. He has not said he is hope, he is strength, he is peace. He has said he is love. And his definition of love is very, very vivid in 1 Corinthians 13. And I think most people we try to emulate this love without really understanding the person that love is. And I believe that us as people who are from church, we have the mandate of communicating this kind of message of love with the people of the world. The church is not a club. We didn't become Christians to stay within the four walls.
Yeah.
We were actually being prepared as disciples to go back out there and show people what God's love can do. And I think that's where the whole message of Badai comes from. It's very general, but in itself is the message of love.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think we have a mandate as Amos and Josh to kind of like create an environment and create music that allows people to see this love practically in the world that they're in.
Wow. So what I'm understanding that Amos and Josh now are the people who want to come back and serenade that beautiful woman, Paka Semebad, I feel loved.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
Just like Jesus did.
Oh yeah.
When Jesus was on earth, alifanya a lot of serenading. Akapatikana kwa nyumba ya tax collector, si ndio?
That is Mark 3:12.
Huyu jamaa ako sawa.
Preach it.
Utasanitize.
Okay, sawa.
Ako sawa.
Mtu akiangalia Mark hata sanitize.
So now,
But the tax collector was called Lazarus, no?
Okay.
Zacchaeus.
Oh, that one too. Both of them were collecting. One was paying tax, one
Actually,
was
one of his disciples was a tax collector.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. Alioshwa miguna. Just women. Unajua woman.
Slay queen yule wa Nazareth.
Exactly. Why your time? So even Jesus was busy serenading a people.
Yeah.
Bringing them to a place of love. And the people who are closed in, like in a club, who are Pharisees, when you're closed in, walimua, because they're feeling like, what's wrong with this guy? Why is he not like us?
Yeah.
And maybe that's the mistake that I have personally done as a Christian, just to make someone else feel like you're not fitting into my club.
Yeah.
Wow.
No,
And that's
but
wrong.
it shouldn't be that
It should be
case.
that way.
It should be open doors to everybody.
Yeah,
If somebody watches Moto today, then from the album The Contrast, there was a lot of ladies shaking and all. Are we going to expect that too?
I don't know.
Maybe. But it's probably not going to be those zenye zinaanza kama mademo ameangalia ukuta. Wanangojea beat.
Wow.
Now, kwa hiyo.
There's new sound. There are new sound.
Yeah.
New kids who've come up who are energetic,
Yes.
work hard.
Yes.
In a month, they can release 40 songs.
Yeah.
Do you even have the strength to compete?
Yeah. Maybe we
and
don't.
Match.
I think we are not in a place where we want to, because I'm a huge fan of what guys are doing out there. I really like what is happening to the industry, where we are now listening to our own content.
Yeah,
maybe some of it is a bit on the edge. No, utasema iko kwa edge kidogo, but I don't think we correct it by pointing fingers. No, we correct it by creating opportunities, just like you usually do.
Wow.
As Jalango. You create opportunities, and then you can be an available mentor to be able to show them, this is what we can do, this and that. So we are not here to gain the speed of the young guys. No, we're just here to bring our music.
Wow. So you're saying you guys have recorded how many songs?
So far I think you have 3 EPs already done.
Bodies of work.
And I think you've just released one, but that was just, it's not even part of the 3 EPs, but it was more like
an EP has how many songs? 7, 6?
7 to 12.
7 to 12.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about 3 EPs, you're talking about almost 30 songs.
Yeah.
We have recorded a lot of music.
Especially during this COVID season, because you see, it gave us an opportunity to now go to introspect, to now go back to that place of thinking, that place of praying, that place of writing. So we came up with very interesting EPs.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a song that you guys are releasing. Is it next week or today or tomorrow?
The video might be out on Friday.
This Friday.
Yes.
What's the name?
The name is Missing You.
Missing You.
Yes. Sir.
Wow. I just need you guys to give me an a cappella of Missing You.
Okay.
So that people can feel if the machismo is still there.
It's still there.
Let's do this.
All right. Chakula nacho hakiliki. Hey, hey, kitanda kimegeuka kiti. Hey, hey, and I'm checking your WhatsApp to see if you're online. Oh, baby girl, you're fine. Still you don't reply. Nimekucheki Facebook to see how you're doing. Oh baby, who you holding? Ingelikuwa mimi. Baby, I'm missing you, missing you. Yeah, yeah. Missing you, missing you. Baby, I'm missing you, missing you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Missing you, missing you.
Asema unarudi baby, nimekutamani. Rudi nyumbani baby, nimekumiss kidogo. Sema unarudi baby, nimekutamani. Rudi nyumbani baby, nimekumiss kidogo. Yeah.
Inauma sana kumisiwa kidogo. Inafaa umisiwe sana. Lakini madem pia wenye wanasoma WhatsApp blue ticks na mujibu. Why? It's why. But I'm feeling it, bro. I'm feeling it. This is going to be one of the best songs during actually this period of Ibaridi. Please, tumana pale when it drops on Friday. Friday what time?
Jioni.
Okay.
Tunaangalia jioni mida ya 3 hapo.
Yeah. Time kama watu wanakimbia nyumbani.
Yes.
Au juu utafika nyumbani upate mtu ama mtu atakublutik na things like that. Now it gets even crazy and even better because now you guys have dropped your single single, single,
Careers.
no,
Okay.
single pages.
Oh, okay.
To create your new together pages, because your YouTube name now is AJTV.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
So everybody should actually wait it on AJTV.
Yes, sir.
Your Instagram name,
Amos,
Amos and Josh.
Twitter,
Amos and Josh.
Facebook.
Amos and Josh.
That's what we want to hear.
Yeah.
Not legend, not manual. Did you realize how hard it is to launch solo
It is
career?
hard. No
When
lie.
people know you
It's very
differently,
hard.
you realize how bad it was.
It was hard.
Mhm.
It's terrible.
It was hard.
So now, after missing you, should we expect work back to back, back to back, back to back?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Actually, Missing You comes in a package. We have an EP. It's part of an EP.
Okay.
A 4-song EP, which we've dubbed it Reimagine AJ. You can find it on Boomplay. You'll find it on YouTube as well. The singles will be there. So we've taken some of our classics and just reimagined them into new sounds so that we
Wow.
can show people the kind of sound that you're coming up with. So yes, tuko na hizo nne, watu wazienjoy saizi. But yes, it will be music coming through as consistent as possible.
Wow, a few classics that maybe you'd also want to sing for. Okay, this hii ni yangu ya kujibamba. My favorite of all time is nini? Is za Musa za kale. Give me that one, guys. Give me that one. Is it in the EP?
Promised Land.
No, it's not
Promised
in
Land.
that was actually King Kaka's project.
Aha.
So it
But
is
you
in-
guys,
it
did
is
you
in
guys,
his album.
did you guys plug off your part and
No, we
decide-
haven't. We
You
haven't,
should
but
have done
we
that.
should,
You should have
Okay,
plugged
okay.
off that part
Okay,
of
that's
yours.
that's a thought. We
What
can
were
actually
you
do that.
thinking?
No, we are not
King
thinking.
Kaka,
We
we are
do it.
plugging it. Can you give me that last part of it?
Vile amri za Musa kwa wale ni nyimbo za misa za kale. Kutwa na kucha mimi niwe nuru kuu nije niwe angazie nisikose mje wa angamie niwapose moyoni wanikumbuke mina mziki tuje tuwakomboe.
Guys, if you haven't missed Amos and Josh, then you don't know what you're missing. Because this Friday at around 3-4 p.m., put up your reminder. Definitely press that notification bell and please subscribe to AJTV.
Yes, sir.
Because when it drops, it will be hot. The first song that they're releasing when they are together again, it's called Missing You. We've just had a bit of it for you guys to know that these boys are back bigger and even better. If you thought Nerea was big, you haven't had Missing You. If you thought Nerea was big, then you haven't had what the projects that they're having throughout this session. Now, maybe you can tell us who are the producers that you're working with.
We've worked with a friend of ours who is also a brother. We're in the same church. We serve in the same band. His name is Gitwamba. He's produced a lot of music for Heart the Band. For yes, he's a big time producer.
Wow.
Yes, so big
should
up
have worked with
Gitwamba.
me. You know, I produced Nini Jaber. You guys,
Yeah, I've seen it.
I did produce Jaber
Like-
personally. Yes, I
legit?
did. Yeah.
Wow.
You guys don't know that.
We don't know. We didn't know that.
Oh my God.
That's a classic.
That's a
That
big
song
one.
will never die.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
God.
a big song. That's
That
big.
song will never die.
Yeah, you guys didn't know.
I'm sad to
Lakini mimi naona ni kama anatupanga.
Ah,
The
my
guys in
God.
studio are
Ah, yeah,
laughing.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
laughing.
Yeah. Have you ever?
But I heard your name being mentioned.
Yeah.
Not my name being mentioned.
They said-
I produced.
Unajua walisema nini?
Eh.
Walisema you liked the song so much, so you styled them.
Si hata niliproduce guo. Sio song. I'm part of the production. Unajua.
But it's a big one. It's a big one, definitely.
Okay. Oh, guys, we are done. Cut. Okay, now let me ask you, as we finish up, a few thank yous to who and what people should expect. We start with you.
Yeah, big thank you to our bishop, our father, Willie Odendo, and the whole Lifepool Chapel community, and our team. Tuko na team fulani inaraniwa na mademu wengine wamejituma sana. Favor, Marisa, Nicole, and Kate. Big up to you. Our stylist, Mercy D, photographer wetu, content creator, Hello Photography. We have too many people to thank. Yeah.
Wow. To your side, to your fans and everyone.
I want to thank everybody out there who's our fan so far. Thank you so much for your prayers. Thank you for the family that you've had so far.
Mhm.
And I want to thank Amos and Josh for coming back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Guys, definitely, you had it here on Jalango TV for the first time. They will be going to so many other interviews. All I need you to do is to receive them. Check out my Instagram page, Jalango with a double O, and see some of the work. I'll be posting a lot of their work on my link and also on Jalango TV community, so that if you haven't seen their links, you can always see them from our page, and we'll be putting links that are sending you to their pages. All you have to do is to always make sure that when you shine, your brothers shine. This is Jalango TV, and this is Bonga na Jalas. Amos and Josh are back.
Thank
Let's
you.
do this.
Yeah.
Because